Hello YouTubers, subscribers, and friends. Welcome to my channel. People are always asking me, don't you need a permit? Well, here's my paperwork for all my buildings on my property. I got 3 buildings and my home, and I got those 2 large sheds. Here's building 1, building 2, and building 3. This is the rest for building 3. On the building 3 here, it says I could have a mobile home on my property if I want. Non-sub-lot affixed mobile home. That means if I want to put another mobile home on my property, I can. That's for the building 3. This is the building 2, the one we're working on right now. This is the permit. This is what it has. All the stuff that I could have on here. Cabinet, floor finish, interior finish, air conditioning, heat, bathroom tile, plumbing fixtures. This is the permit for building 2. This is for my home right here. And this is for building 3. That I can have a mobile home. My house isn't a mobile home. My house is a manufactured home. So there are no axles. It was built on site. It was put together like a puzzle. But yeah, this is building 3. I could change that second shed. I could change that to a mobile home if I want. But what I'm doing here is tearing down the old shed and grandfathering, what they call grandfathering, a new building under the same permit. So because the shed before didn't have any of this stuff. It didn't have a floor system. It didn't have fireplace. It didn't have roof covered cabinet work. It didn't have any of this stuff, but the building was permitted to have all this stuff that I'm going to add now. So this is fine. Larry, he's a professional journeyman. He's an all-around, what do you call it, a contractor guy. So he knows all the laws, rules, and regulations. And he looked at this and said, this will work. It's no problem. That's your permit for this building. All we're doing is grandfathering in the new design, right? The new design. So for all you people out there wondering, do you have to have a permit? And now, if I decided to build that tiny house somewhere else on my property, I would have to go out and apply for a permit, because it's a completely different area of my property. But because I already had an existing shed there, a huge shed that needed to be remodeled and repaired, just like the one behind it, needs to be fixed. The roof's all falling in, the walls all rotten. I have all the right in the world to go and remodel it to something better and newer and stronger. So this is my protection here. This is my permits. And my wife and I were looking at fences last night, and we saw these right here for $64, because we want to fence in the front part of the property, 6 foot by 6 foot white vinyl, and we need like 3 panels because these are 6 foot wide. And in front, I'll show you later where I'm talking about where we want to put these. I would need 3 of these, and then a gate. We saw the gate here somewhere. The gate is actually more expensive than the panel. Maybe it's on page 2. But this isn't the part of the tiny house. This is an additional project that my wife continues to keep adding to our project here. Can't find the gate. The gate is gone. You have to order this on the line, and then you can pick it up at the store. Anyways, the gate is going to look like this right here. It's a fence gate, except the difference is the one we were looking at has these like hinge type things here. I don't see it. Maybe I should have ordered it. Oh, it looks like this one. Nope, that's not it. It's $293. Anyways, looks more like this one. But that's what my wife's changing now. So after we decided, oh, it looks just like this, except without all that up there, and it isn't a $600. It's like $134, something like that. Anyways, let me go out there and show you what I'm talking about. So it is a chilly day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this area in right here. We're going to go from the edge of the house and go out to here. And Larry said we should just go here and then curve it put a gate right in here. But I'm thinking maybe we'll put the gate over by where that trash can is. So somebody was asking me about, don't you need to have a ground something plug negotiate or something? I don't remember the question. Let me go look again. David Graham is asking me, don't you need a ground fault and interrupter plug? Well, David, like I said in my reply to you, I am not an electrician. I'm only helping Larry. Larry is a licensed, certified journeyman carpenter. So he knows all the laws and rules and regulations of Arizona, the codes. But when I said, when we're going to run power to here, is there anything special we have to do? He said, no, everything is already done here. This ground box, power box, is already grounded to the ground there. All we have to do is add the circuit breakers here and just wire it up, and he knows how to do that. He's licensed for that. It's not like I just asked Larry, hey Larry, you know how to build a shed? And he's like, oh yeah, I think I can figure it out. This is what Larry does for a living. Look at the moon. He works for himself and he does these jobs on the sides as much as he can. Like he's working for another lady right now. Yesterday he's working for what we call the pergola lady. He's building her pergola, and he's got his thing all locked up here. And yesterday he went working for her. Today he's not here right now. He came 6:30 this morning to tell me that he will be back later on this afternoon because he has to go to town, Social Security office. He has a sister who has dementia, and they cut off her Social Security checks. And then he had to go figure that out, and he thought he went to the attorney and everything to figure that out, and they told him what he had to do. And then when he went to the Social Security office, they said, no, that's wrong. They told you wrong. You need to do this, this, and this. So that's what he's going to do on his freaking finances or something like that. He can't afford to take care of her without the Social Security, so he has to go to the Social Security office and get this stuff straightened out. But he told me he'd be back later on this afternoon, and we would get started working today. But he's going to work one day at our place and one day at the pergola lady's place. And hold on, I got another question here. So I got Tioga Drifter said that we're probably going to do 9,000 plus on this. And when we budgeted this before, I should say my wife, when she wanted to do this and I agreed to do this, I agreed to just build a house like this shed. I was going to just completely build exactly like this, but slant the roof down the other way, exactly like this, and just build a square shed with insulation and a bed for having an extended bedroom. And my son was going to use this for his bedroom. Well, then I told my wife they'd probably cost 10 grand to build, because we were looking at tough sheds, and that's what they were running if you was just to go out and buy a new one. So that's what I told her, and she said, no, I think we can do it for $4,500 to build something like this. Not ugly like this, but same size, same shape, everything like this, same materials. And then I said, no, I know you. The way that you like to change things, we're going to spend 10 grand on this thing, and that's what I'm prepared to spend, and not any more than that. But my wife thinks that, if you help Larry and we can cut the costs and stuff like that's what I'm doing. Help Larry. I'm doing everything physical and everything that has to deal with the labor part. I am doing, carrying the materials, bringing him the materials, unloading the tools when he gets here, loading the tools at the end of the day, handing them the hammer, hammering them the nails, cleaning up the trash. I'm doing everything a laborer would do for Larry if he had to go out and hire a laborer, but I'm doing it for free, and Larry doesn't have to pay me to do it. So that's what I think we're going to end up spending. Right now it's up to 6,150, I think it is. I don't remember. I'm just waking up. It's 6:30 in the morning. Now, next question. I get a lot of questions, but I just feel like answering people. Crazy Eddie asked, don't you need a permit? Well, I already went over the permit earlier. No, I don't. This has already been permitted. I don't have to go re-permit the same building spot. If I was to build somewhere else, yeah, maybe I have to go get a permit. Sarah Mihal asked, are you guys going to put a step when you're walking into the little house? I don't need a step personally myself. It's only like a little over, maybe, oh, let's see, this is size 10.5. Probably just a little bit over a foot to step from here to here. I don't have a problem stepping up in here. My wife does. She's only 5 foot. But yeah, Larry says we're gonna finish this, and then maybe start on the stairs and stuff. Maybe put the door in. He said, who knows? I don't hold him to what he says because things change constantly when you're doing construction. But yeah, we're gonna put a step here. Maybe one step. I might build it out of these bricks right here. I have no idea. I don't really want to use wood for steps outside because I'll show you what the Arizona sun does for wood. These steps that I have here are made of wood. They were in my backyard steps. I got concrete blocks for steps now, but the sun just, it weakens these stairs so bad. I've repaired and re-repaired these stairs so many times. Not only that, but these are wooden posts that I use, and what happens when you put the wood in the ground, and you know, when it does rain, it rots the wood, and then the heat just warps. It warps everything. This was straight. Look at freaking curves. We're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna put wood fencing panel right here. That's another future project. That one's bent like that. That one's curved. The sun just warps wood. The sun in Arizona is so freaking powerful. Except for right now, it's cold. It's 67 degrees out right now. Freaking weird weather. So I don't know. I might put it with brick, or I might get block. I have no idea. I haven't decided yet. But that will be the last thing we do, is put a step right there. Because my wife wants to put a patio right here. She wants to use this brick, or I should say, she wants me to use this brick and make a patio on the ground here, which I have never done anything like that before. But Larry's telling me you got to level out all this dirt and you got to pack it in. He was telling me how to do it, and I was like, all right, maybe, but that'll be later project. I had to paint. The painter finally showed up yesterday at 4:30 and got some samples off my house to come paint this Saturday. So that's what's working on right now. Tiny house project. Things change constantly every day, and if you're not used to doing building projects like this, like my wife and I, we've been almost 19 years together. We've done several building projects, not only here in the States but in Indonesia. We've done a lot in Indonesia. But yeah, so I know my wife really good when it comes to building projects. Plus all the projects I've done inside the house there. She just changes constantly. She'll get an idea in her head right in the middle of doing something, and she'll want to change it. And it's like, she drives me crazy sometimes when she does that. It's like she wants to go to double glass doors. Why? I don't want double glass doors. I want a sliding glass door, and I want to stick to that. Double glass door is like $800. Sliding glass door is like $1,000. I just want to stick to that freaking plan. Boom, and then we're gonna have to put stairs there too, coming down. So I don't know if we'll put a gate there or put a gate here. Like I said, change. You have an idea, and then when you start doing them, and then you realize, oh, I can't do that. It's like when we first started, we thought this door right here, we thought this door opened this way, and then when we realized, when Larry got here, he said, oh no, you bought the left-handed door, it opens that way. We were gonna have the stairs come across, go over the door, and then come down. He's like, if you put the door that you have, if you put the stairs there and you try to open this way, you're gonna hit the stairs, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So then that's why we changed the stairs to come down here. Plus it takes up less room, and then you have, see, from that door, you have all this extra space here that is like a living room. It's like a small living room for a tiny house. So it's just, you go, as you're building, you go and you make changes as you go. So it's like with the ceiling, I want to put wood flooring, but then I forgot to ask Larry before he left, is can we do it without having plywood? So like down here we can do wood flooring because there's already plywood. We can staple it to the floor. But up here, because those joists are so far apart, I'm wondering if we can still do it up there without having to put plywood there. Because the reason I don't want to put drywall, because drywall is very heavy. I've done drywall in my life, and it's heavy holding it up like this, and I have a really bad pain in my shoulder still. It's not as bad, but it's getting better. But lifting this stuff over my head is like freaking, with all the freaking shingles and stuff I had to lift up there. This freaking door is so heavy, that's how I hurt my shoulder. I was moving it like this, and I went to move this, and it started to fall, and I tried to, you know, stop it from falling, but it's so heavy it fell anyways. And then my arm, I did something to my shoulder blade, and it's just painful. So anyways, that's the plan. Waiting on Larry. He'll be back later on this afternoon. And until then, look at all the freaking prairie dogs running around here in the morning. So early in the morning. Look at that. Thought it was a squirrel. Look at that. His fur is like all thick. Look how fat he is. Hey, you need to lose some weight. You fat, cute little sucker. Are you digging in the ground there? So to the guy that asked me about the GFI, the ground fault interrupter, this is what it is. I asked Larry. This is what a GFI is. He was asking me if it's you have to have it code. So does the code require you to have one in your bathroom?
Yeah.
You do? So we got to get one of those?
Yeah.
All right. So there you go, David Graham. Larry says you have to have one, so we will get one. We just forgot to buy one. But we're going to work on the loft today. All right, Larry?
Yeah.
And get that done. And you know what size this is, Larry? So I know, so when I go to buy the door lock, what the diameter that is.
It's about 2
inches. It's underneath the loft. It's measuring for the stairs now. Let's go take a look up here. I don't think my wife will be able to stand up here.
You don't really have to. You just get
She's only 5 foot tall. But
You're gonna only stand right at the flat.
yeah, I told her we should have put a freaking window here so we can get up on the roof. I think it would have been cool. She's scared of heights too. I don't know why in the world she wanted a loft. She's gonna get up here one time and she's gonna be like, "That's it, I'm sleeping down there." And this will end up being a storage. Huh?
Even with a handrail?
Yeah, I mean, just to look over this, she'll be like, she freaks out on the stairs coming out of the house. But it's definitely a lot warmer over here, up here, this height.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's the perfect area for the AC right there. How are you using that calculator to figure out the stairs? Can you explain to me?
Alright, you take your height from the floor to the floor,
Which is
91 inches.
91 inches, 7 foot.
So if you take a standard stair is 7 inches high.
Mm-hmm.
So 91 divided by 7 gives you 13 steps.
That's an unlucky number, though. You got to recalculate.
But if you
And quit
go,
writing on my walls. Freaking graffitis. Alright, Larry had to run home and get some Z-bar. And we're going to try to install this door, so I'm going to open it up. Get this ready so when he gets back. It's the trick how you get the door trim off without damaging the trim. Get a piece of wood and hit it on the door jamb and it loosens up the trim. Because we got to move this door in. Right here. Gonna move this in more flush like this side. Learn something new every day. The door master. The door whisperer. Right? Right, Larry? It's hammer time. Yeah. Next time, don't stand under the door when he's knocking the door trim off. Man, that nail just stuck me right in the arm. I need a tetanus shot now, Larry. Thank you very much. Learning how to put a door in by using shims. A level. These are homemade shims. There you have it, the finished door. It looks completely different now with the door in. Larry had to go home. We got a late start today, and he really wanted to get that door in today. We don't have the trim on it. We still got to finish up the trim, but the door is done. I got a temporary door lock on it right now. It's not the ones we're going to use, but let's go take a look inside. There's an ugly painting my wife bought at the yard sale for 15 bucks. I don't like it. But what we got done today, we put in a board up there for when we do the ceiling, get something to nail it to. We got the support here for the water heater. The water heater's gonna sit up there. We got the angle of the stairs done today. We got the plywood done up there. That's where the stairs are gonna come down. And then there's going to be a landing here, and then the stairs are going to come out to here somewhere. Tomorrow Larry's got to go work at his other job, because we already agreed we work one day here, work one day at his other job. He's got a pretty good sized job he's doing over there for another lady. But let's close this door here and show you just how much light comes in. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, and this is how much light comes in this door. 5:30. All those are going to be, you won't be able to see all those called bird boards, because we're going to have the insulation and then the ceiling, so you will not see any of that light. We'll have a window up there, and we'll have a window here in the bathroom, and this is where the pocket door is going to go. We figure out how we're going to do the pocket door. There'll be a light in here, a light here above the vanity and the toilet and the tub. Tomorrow I'm going to go buy the tub and the linoleum and the CFI plug for the bathroom. I'm going to buy a plug for that because we forgot it. And Friday we're going to work on the electrical, start drilling holes for the electrical, and that'll be it. It's moving along pretty good. It's a lot quieter in here. It's not as hot in here as you would think it would be. It's actually pretty cool inside here. Throughout the day it's pretty cool. But that's going to be it for today. Like I said, we got a late start today because Larry had to go take care of some legal stuff again. This door is hung but it's not finished. I got to lock it. I got the painters coming Friday, and they're going to silicone everything and they're going to paint it. The wind is blowing like crazy right now. Let's see where my girl's at. Rosie! Oh, they're eating dinner. Dinner time. Well, that's going to do it for another day of the tiny house adventures. Tune in tomorrow. My wife and I are off. We're going to run to Home Depot, Lowe's, and get our stuff that we need. Do some more shopping. Add to that $6,000. What is it, $150 we're up to so far. That's including, I added the paint to that price already. So I don't know, we're gonna go spend another couple $100 tomorrow. I hate spending money. Hate it. I gotta get a door stop for that door too now, so when it opens it don't hit the drywall. A CFI plug. If you don't know what a CFI plug is, I'll show you what it is right here, because I just learned this today myself. I had a viewer watching and asked if it's you have to put a CFI up to code, and that's what that is right there. This type of plug right here. I asked Larry and he goes, yeah, you have to have it in the bathroom. We just forgot to buy one, but that's what it is. Yeah, that's going to be it. So thanks for taking the time to watch my video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. It don't cost anything. It's free. And get, till tomorrow.